Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, over the last few days, understandably, a lot of people have been feeling down, especially those who are firmly entrenched in the idea of electoralism, you know. And when you talk about the possibility of the Democratic Party gaining a wider majority, you normally get two responses, and they're not necessarily positive, you know. One is, well, they're not going to do anything anyway. And then the other is, well, they're not aggressive or progressive enough. And, I mean, I can't argue with that. So I have a question. And this isn't a gotcha. It's a legitimate question. I understand that this may not be for everybody. But why don't you run? Why don't you run for something? Local, state, federal, why don't you run? And when you ask that, you typically get either, I don't have the qualifications, or the establishment won't let me. You know, I won't be able to win. I think you're smarter than Lauren Boebert and the Space Laser Lady. They did it. So maybe you could too. I mean, understand, when they got elected, they weren't the establishment favorites. The RNC was not a huge fan of the MAGA crowd, but they got in numbers and they moved the Republican Party right. Who's to say you can't do that with the Democratic Party? It seems like it could be done. And if you're somebody who is of the sort that really values electoralism, maybe it's something you should consider. I mean, if there's anything that we have been shown over the last, 6 years or so, it's that anybody can get elected. So maybe it's something you should look into. And I'm not saying that as a call out or as some kind of gotcha. I'm dead serious. Maybe you should run. What's the worst that happens? You don't make it. You introduce some points that maybe a challenger picks up, uses, and becomes part of their platform. Maybe you get elected, and it's harder than you think. Okay. Or it could be like the Tea Party that then gave birth to the MAGA movement, which moved the Republican Party right. You could move the Democratic Party left. You could make it more progressive, more aggressive. It's not impossible. There are a lot of types of civic engagement. I'm a huge fan of community building, community networks, that sort of thing. That's where I fit in. So this obviously isn't for everybody. I'm not somebody who would be good in electoral politics. But maybe you are. And if this is your concern, you literally are the solution to it. You run. I think that you're probably better than Lauren Boebert or the Space Laser Lady. I think you could be more effective. I think you could probably better the country. Maybe try it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.